Go. As we come in live, somebody's honking their horn outside. This
New York.
It's New York City, so that's what I've been trying to sleep to the last couple nights. Thank you for joining us on tonight's The Hands On Podcast special weigh-in edition. It was going to be normal and regular, and things got shooken up a little bit. So we're going to go into weigh-ins and the strange New York rule of we can only be 5 pounds apart in order for a fight to be sanctioned, and how a security guy at the hotel stole my father's jacket.
I got mugged.
He didn't get mugged.
I
gave it away.
It to him.
I
gave it to him.
I've got a lacrosse ball between my junk. So might as well get right into it. You know, we had weigh-ins today, and it's we'll start back we'll go back a little bit, and throughout the week, the way that I've fallen into the weight cut is that I hyperhydrate, so I water load. Sometimes it helps take off a lot of weight. Actually, this time it didn't really help me take off anything. Actually gained a half pound.
Started.
But I felt good. I came into this fight very light, or this fight camp very light, just because I had some difficult cuts. So it was a pretty easy cut for me. We've got some video that we might go over later on the processes that we use. Started out early in our career working it off, hitting the treadmill, wearing plastics and sweats, and having a huge pile of sweaty, smelly clothes in the hotel room. And then we transitioned to saunaing, and then we started hopping into the bath and doing a hot water immersion, which for me personally is probably the easiest one, because you're laying down, where in a sauna, the worst thing I find is that you're sitting there and you're holding
takes a lot of energy.
Yeah, you're holding your head up, and you're sitting in there for 45 minutes, an hour sometimes, and next thing you know, your neck is tired. And
I always found that it drained me more.
Yeah.
In the sauna, you felt a little more tired, and this you're just laying down in the bath. Or what it's not exactly easy, but it's I feel like it's a little easier for cut weight. So.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm going to try to get this thing.
Come on, Tim. Really?
What is he saying?
What's tipping the scales at?
What is he tipping the scales at?
Heavy. I was
Who
going to
said
say
that?
heavy. More
Somebody
than my
asked.
father. I'm the heaviest miller.
You ever seen a scale go bzzz,
And that's heavy.
spin? That's what he's tipping the scale at right now.
I think that's a fair question, because from this camera angle, there's a lot of meat in the frame.
It's it's a really
now we're listening to ourselves. There we go.
It's like a crappy sandwich.
Bad.
You got two big giant pieces of bread with a tiny piece of meat in the middle.
It's a bologna sandwich here.
It's a single
Bologna
slice.
sandwich. That's a hot pastrami.
It's a bologna sandwich.
Is it? I think Tim was looking at the muscles. That's what he was looking at. Not
Probably.
the images. He was some big muscles.
Yeah.
Beer muscles.
I think your hair makes you look bigger, too.
It does.
If we're
It
being
does.
fair.
He's got some really good back of the neck hair going on
It's
right now.
luxurious,
It's,
yeah.
it's glorious.
And
It's
the
glorious.
camera's adding at least 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Always.
Always. It's putting you up to 250 easy.
15.
250. Screw you. 235 maybe.
Yeah.
Holy shit. You caught me by 7 pounds?
7 pounds.
Probably. So we'll go back to the weight cut.
To the weight cut.
Because
Yeah.
we're going to get off of Dan's weight.
Yeah. So back to the weight cut. So it went easy for me.
Yeah.
For me, apparently some guys had some difficulty with it, and the new weigh-in process is different. And I was actually talking to Weidman about it a little bit. And the first time you do it, it's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Because, excuse me, you get used to doing it a certain way where, you were weighing in at 4 o'clock, and it sucked, particularly sometimes when you had a distance to go before the weigh-in. So, like, if weigh-ins were at 4 and you had to travel, you're leaving at, like, 1:30 sometimes. So you had to pretty much be on weight at 1:30 and then hop on a bus or hop in a van and go someplace and sit around and wait, and then Joe Rogan's plane is late, and then you're sitting there and you're pulling your hair out, and it's just horrible. But the nice thing about it, now, I don't even know where I was going with that whole description. The nice thing about it now is that we weigh in the morning. We're not waiting on anybody. You bang it out. You get done. There wasn't really much banging it out this morning because the new commission here in New York, they were very thorough.
Yeah, I would say
thorough in their double pre-fight medicals. But the tough part about it is that you don't have the waking hours. So if you have to, we've got fire trucks rolling by.
It is New York City.
It is New York City. You're gonna smell some ganja rolling through the window and
rolling from the bed.
No.
Giraffe.
Yeah, giraffe. Cut him off. Cut him off. Cut him off. Where was I? Yeah. So if you use all your time and you weigh in at 11 o'clock, you get one chance on that scale, and you don't get that extra hour. And then the waking hours, if you get up at 6 o'clock and start your weight cut and you're having a difficult weight cut, you only have 5 hours.
Yeah.
And that's scary, because before you could get up, I get up at 7 and I have till, 1, 2 o'clock. You have a little bit extra time.
Yeah.
So and you had that extra hour. And the tough part is that we never knew those things. We never knew that, like, well, you step on that official scale once and you're overweight.
Yeah.
Granted, we have an unofficial right there to step on. But again, Weidman was like, he was in the nude stepping onto the scale, the unofficial. And he's like, dude, take a picture of that. He's like, because if I step on that other scale and I don't make weight, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
And you understand his worry with it. But it is nice. The nicest thing about it is getting done with it and eating breakfast.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. Awesome.
To me, it's nice to not be dehydrated for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like seeing, I've never done it this way, but the worst part about cutting the weight prior was getting done, going downstairs, sitting in a room, getting on a bus, and traveling to the weigh-ins. That was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to cut the weight, use your scale in here, know what you weigh, run downstairs, check on the unofficial, and just weigh in.
Mm-hmm.
And you're done. You're dehydrated or really dehydrated for only a short period of time. That was always the killer for me. It was just that long. I mean, in Brazil.
Brazil was bad.
It was like an hour bus ride. I threw up on the bus. It was not good. It was not good.
No. I was getting over my kidney infection. The bumpiest bus ride ever. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Nice people.
Yeah. Just not a good weigh-in situation.
No. Yeah. So you had 2 guys miss weight, and I didn't know ahead of time that you had to be within 5 pounds for the fight to go on. I was actually in the tub, cutting the last little bit of weight. I was 56.5, nice easy time, and
57. Sorry, correct you.
No, I was 56.5. Well, I got into the bath at 57.5. Yeah. I woke up, only had to lose 1.5 pounds because I'm going to use that extra pound, and I was in the tub for 13 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
And Jeff walks through the door, and he's like, "You're gonna have to put some weight on." So they had just found out that the Cerrone fight was off because Cerrone weighed in before Kelvin.
Yeah.
And so Cerrone weighed in at 71 or 70 and a half, something like that, and then Kelvin couldn't make it any further, and they didn't, they were like, "Hey, drink some Pedialyte." It was a little bit weird because I was like, I don't know if I trust you.
Yeah.
Is he trying to fuck me over? But yeah, it was a weird situation. So.
Yeah.
I think we just need to clarify that a little bit. So, because Cerrone weighed in first, he was not able to weigh in again within those 5 pounds. And lucky for your fight, Alves weighed in first, so then you had the opportunity.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess you have to have rules, but that seems like a crazy technicality to throw a fight out for.
It's it's there for fighter safety, but the thing is I mean, I didn't know about it until this morning. I think it would have been nice to know about, get an email about it. And granted, I probably wouldn't have read the email, but and I very well might be in my inbox, but I didn't hear anything about it. That's one of those like new things from the new commission that you'd like to at least hear when you get in town.
Get here.
And that's specific to New York. So if this was Nevada, they would have let the fight go on, no problem.
Yeah, they would have let the fight go on, no problem. And
that's tough as a fighter to keep track of all the different rules for every state.
Yeah. I think usually you just do what you're told, and
I guess ideally you make the weight you say you're going to.
That's true. Yeah, that's, you sign the contract.
Pretty good game plan.
Yeah.
Try to be professional.
It sucks. The two guys that did miss weight are serial. Serial big guys. So
we had the question on last week's podcast: how is Alves going to make 155s?
He's not,
and we found out the answer.
Yeah.
He is not going to make 155s.
Yeah. So.
I'm sorry. I think it's bullshit. I think it's frustrating, and I want to try.
You want to voice it?
Voice your frustration.
It is very unprofessional.
It's ridiculous.
Extremely unprofessional, especially to show up now 4 times. 8 pounds overweight. Kelvin was right. 8 pounds.
8 or 9. Yeah.
8 or 9 pounds. I mean, at some point in that training, you have to know like you're okay.
Well, I don't know.
I know where I need to be. I knew exactly where I needed to be to make weight for the fights. Yes, I had hiccups and stuff, but there were never 8, 9 pounds. Only one time.
Maine's fight.
I had one fight.
Maine's fight. You were way over.
I was way off. That was my second time making 70.
But
I made weight.
Yeah, that's
made weight.
The point of the story is what'd you step on the scale at?
Yeah.
You nutted up and you made weight. You didn't call a doctor and ask him if it was okay to keep cutting weight.
No, I told the UFC that I was going to make weight.
He wanted the camera on him when he.
No, I didn't want the camera.
Yeah, he wanted the camera on him when he did that one. Tough guy over there.
Oh, yeah, I didn't. I just noticed that. You got the photo of me on your shirt.
You do. I'm supporting
Holy
the boss.
moly.
Supporting the boss. We can throw it on there. There he is. There's the boss. This was back in his framing days when he was in good shape. He was ripped back then.
When I got hit in the head once.
He actually did look like that once.
Yeah.
They called me that.
He did look like Sloth. Took a triple stack of 2x6s to the back of the head.
And my whole head swelled up like that.
Yeah.
I still talk like
that. It's a good thing there's nothing in there.
I try to strategically wear shirts that support people. The first podcast, which I miss most of, supported Shorty, our jiu-jitsu instructor, and one of the best guys that's not in the UFC right now.
Totally.
For the second show, I supported you guys with Miller Brothers, and now I'm supporting the boss, who has gotten a lot of
Don't
fanfare.
call me the boss.
I'm sorry. What's your podcasting name?
Old Man Miller.
Old Man Miller. The old man.
Too long.
Yeah,
it is too long. It is.
How'd you come? You put it on the bottom of my mug.
You just put old man.
I put old man
Miller.
Oh, all right. I guess I know who I am, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I'm a famous dad.
Famous dad. Accosted here in the streets of New York City.
Yeah, so that pretty much settles the weight cutting debacle, in my opinion. Brian, our jiu-jitsu instructor, Brian McLaughlin, was very, very fired up about it.
Yes.
He actually he got himself so excited that he couldn't make it to 10 o'clock for the podcast. So,
I do think there's some more interesting details from that weight cut. So at some point, Alves knew he wasn't going to make the weight, and he stopped cutting weight. Correct?
Here?
Yeah.
You can ask.
Yeah, at some point he had to have known, and especially Kelvin. It's just like, it screwed Cerrone over.
Yeah.
Coming down late, knowing you're not 8-9 pounds over.
Yeah.
He should have let him know earlier, because now Cerrone trained that whole time, and now.
Yeah, now
heads up would be good.
I mean,
that should be
because
professional courtesy. Like,
Cerrone's getting paid, and stuff, but he shows up to fight. Yeah. That's why he's doing this. It's not he wants to fight, and the same thing with you. It's you want to fight. You went through the training. You did all the stuff, the hard stuff,
the hard part of it,
the hard part of it all, and to just get screwed over like that is. I don't know. It's extremely unprofessional.
The toughest part about it is that in order to change the way that guys do it, we have to start denying to fight them.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's up to the UFC. Because, I know who you are and who most fighters are. You're always going to say
they
yes.
want a fight. If they lose a fight...
Yeah. It's money to them.
But they need to start protecting their fighters and say it's a blanket rule. If you make weight, you don't fight. Because every time they ask you, hey, Jim, will you fight? What are you going to say? What's the scenario where you say no? Hey, Jim, he pulled out. Godzilla's in. You'd be like, all right, I could probably get inside. Yeah. He's got short arms.
Jim, you're fighting your mom. Let's fucking do it.
Got one win over her already.
Yeah.
The UFC needs to make a rule so it's not on the fighters. If you miss weight, you don't fight. Fight's off.
It's not. I mean,
it's not that
it's
easy,
not.
though.
Yeah, it's
not?
probably never going to be the UFC that would do something like that. It would be the commission.
Yeah.
But why couldn't the UFC do that if they care about their fighters and they want
to? It's a business. They want to put on fights.
It's a business, but the commission should
say
the commission is you don't make weight, you don't get any money.
The commission is here to protect the fighters, and that's why the commissions were put in is to protect the fighters in each state, and it should be the commission. The commission said if you don't make weight, sorry, fight's off. They have very little gain. I guess they get a little bit, but it's not as much as the UFC. It's going to be hard to get the UFC to say to make that rule. It would be more of a commission, and the commission should do that. Should be zero.
I agree with you. Somebody should make it.
Yeah.
It should be if you miss it, it's out. But then Jim wouldn't be fighting tomorrow.
That's true.
So
that's true. And
that's what you trained for.
But so we were going to keep this one kind of short.
Yeah.
So really, all we got to tell you is how Dad got his jacket stolen.
I didn't get my jacket stolen. I gave it to the gentleman.
He did. He had the same last name as us. So
maybe.
I
wonder how many other guys.
Hey, my last name's Tiller.
He's got a lot of shirts.
He's got a lot of sweatshirts.
Can I have your sweater?
Nah, he was an honest guy. Security. So, good guy.
The good deed.
Mm-hmm.
He made out with a lot of clothing, though. He took a shirt, a sweatshirt. He won. He won tonight.
Hey, you know what? He was forward. It's like the hot chick. It's like you go up and you ask the hot chick out. Like,
why? You saying I'm the hot chick?
No, you're not.
Because he asked me for the
sweatshirt. Yeah, you're the hot chick. Like you got to have the balls.
Yeah.
I have an opposite theory. I think that you go up to the hot chick and then you go to her ugly friend because she's going to be so pumped that you're talking to her. And I think that's what happened here tonight. Scoped out the hot chick and then was like, that guy wants some attention. He's telling people he's a famous old man on his podcast.
Easy pickings.
That guy looks like a fool. I know I can get his sweatshirt.
Oh, fish.
Uh-oh.
Beer her.
You going to catch it?
She's not going to. Bomb!
She did not catch it.
Oh, miss.
It would hit you right in the hands.
Hold on. If we're doing another throw, I think the viewers.
Another throw? They want to see this
yeah,
throw?
this is for the viewers so they can see what
Ready?
we got going on. Hold on. I got to switch this thing.
He's got to turn.
Spin the camera.
It's going. Hold on. Let's get it.
Good throw.
Okay.
Good job.
Nailed it.
Got it.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see if
Throw
you
that
can
one
catch
back.
That's how you throw it.
Look at that.
Can't teach hands.
Oh, yeah, great. Spray me with beer.
I won't spray you with a beer.
It's really annoying. I'm sure the folks that are listening to this while they're driving. The hell is that rapping noise?
Keeping the suds down.
Yeah.
So it doesn't,
All right, just open the damn thing.
Well, I don't want to squirt it.
So, yeah, so it's a big car tomorrow.
Yeah.
All over 'em.
We can't have
worked.
anything nice on this
That worked.
podcast.
Nope. We actually had some technical
Most of it.
difficulties to try to get over, which
Yes.
was fun. But we still come to you. We come to you.
We nailed it. It wasn't
We did.
easy.
We did. It took effort and hard work and dedication. But, yeah.
A lot of
so-
swearing.
A lot of swearing. Not on your part. You sat and
Drank
drank
beer.
beer once you put your ass on that footrest.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
So we have a comment from TJ Mitch.
Yeah.
What if he misses tomorrow again? Because that we didn't go over that. He has to be.
Then
Oh,
he got
yeah.
to fight Dan.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh,
We are not 5 pounds apart.
I haven't even seen it. Well, first of all, yes. I didn't want to like totally meat gaze him, but
You were meat grazing.
I was meat grazing.
Is this a Weidman weigh-in?
Yeah. There I saw some cheek. I pulled my phone up and was like, because he was behind me. But if he misses weight tomorrow, so he has got Tiago's has to come in at 163 pounds.
73.
73 pounds. 173 pounds, and so we gave him 10 pounds, and
Which was against my.
it was against Dan's
Listen,
recommendation.
I think that the guy should be punished for coming in overweight. Being 173 is still probably not going to be easy for him.
No.
But coming in and only getting down to 163 pounds, 162.8, where the hell he was?
160.
No, it was 162.8. I think is the
I think it was
official
6.
6, whatever.
I heard it was 7, actually. 60.7.
Oh, let's argue.
All right, it doesn't
Point
matter.
something.
Yeah.
So it was because I was 57.6.
I thought it was okay.
I think
Doesn't matter. Anyway, we're not going to argue over a point, whatever. He did not cut all the way down to 55. He was 7.5 pounds away, or where the hell it was. You went all the way down to 156 pounds. We could have made the 156. You were 156.5 when you stepped out of the bath in the morning after we talked to Jeff. It's not that, you did it correctly. You weren't super depleted, but you did make the weight. You technically made the weight. You were half a pound away, and we could have done it. And you depleted yourself all the way down there. Why does he get the opportunity to fight you and only make 163 pounds and now able to go up? I think he should be punished for that. It should be a punishment. You can only So we heard, and I don't know the official weight. I heard that he came into to New York at 170 pounds, which means he was he was drinking and eating, and he was walking at 170 pounds. So to be, he might have been still a little, he was cutting and stuff like that, but he was still walking and doing it. I think he should only been allowed to go up to 170. But that probably would never happen because he was probably 175.
I
he was probably 175 by the time we saw him in the elevator.
Yeah.
So that was just my opinion. And
well, that's it. He should have been. He
it
can't
should
be
be
another weight
punished.
class above you.
He
I
should
mean,
be punished
173. He didn't even make 70s.
because
he's a 70
even giving
pounder.
up 20% of your purse isn't. It to me, it's not that big of a punishment because there is momentum. That is the. You going in, you're on a three-fight win streak. Two-fight win streak.
Yeah.
It's that there's momentum there, and you're going to give a guy an opportunity to come in and fight you, who did not make the weight. He's not a 55-pounder, and you're going to get punished if you lose, which you're not going to, but you're going to get. If there's punishment if you lose.
Of course.
You lose that momentum against a guy who didn't make the weight. It should be just it shouldn't count, technically. The guy didn't make weight. He wasn't even close. It's not even like a freaking pound. I get it, a pound. And
So now what happens if he weighs in at 73.5? The commission says it's off? Or can you turn around and say,
no, it's
I'll
off.
give him the half
No,
a
it's
pound?
off.
it's off because they said, they said.
And do they get to come to you and be like, "Oh, Jim, will you fight him anyway?"
No, it's off.
No,
It's off.
That's out of anybody's hands.
Yeah. No, we signed a new
bout
agreement.
Yeah,
So
we'll see. We'll see tomorrow.
we shall see is right.
Because you think Brian was mad today?
Yeah. No. No. See, because I think that 73 is just enough to make him suffer.
You think?
I don't know, man. Because he had to have lost mass and he had to have come in. I mean, he was a big 70
But he had
pounder.
food poisoning.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So if he had food poisoning, I mean, he isn't going to be able to put on any weight. Anyway, is he?
Allegedly. We'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I still get to punch him in the face.
Yeah. I agree. I'm happy that you're fighting. I'm just unhappy with the way it was handled and the way the situation is. I am happy to see you perform and to go out and use everything you've done. It's just not. I don't know. Being in this kind of situation, we've both had hard cuts. How come, 8 pounds? I've never seen you 80 pounds over. I've seen you struggle your ass off
to get the weight, but you've never missed weight.
To get, neither of us have ever contacted a doctor, be like, I can't do it anymore. And I get it, but it's just, I don't know. If you're doing this as professionally, be professional about it.
It is a little bit of a cop out.
Yeah.
To
go downstairs and be like, I can't do it anymore. Can I see the doctor?
And then be walking under your own power.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody
That's
wasn't
another thing.
walking.
It's like-
Somebody wasn't walking under
There's
his
an
own
unwritten
power.
rule. Well, yeah, he wasn't getting dressed under his own power. I think we already went over this last time. So
It's not. It's a moot point. Mute point.
Yeah.
Moot.
It doesn't. Yeah. I mean, it's just that we are. This is the highest level that you can fight at. Why? How are people so unprofessional?
I think it goes down to even more than just being professional. I think it goes down to character and doing what you say you're going to do. Like you guys said, you both had miserable cuts, and you made the weight because that was the deal.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's the thing. Is like my cut last April was I put in twice as much work.
Yeah.
Twice, like I spent twice as much time in the bath than I normally do to take off the same amount of weight.
I think we should show some of those videos because it's miserable.
It is.
Maybe we can get the viewers in on some of that misery.
Yeah. Throw something up there. It's the least miserable way, in my opinion. It still sucks. That we had a debate about it.
Yeah, I'll throw it up while you're talking.
Yeah, throw it up.
So
we're having a conversation with Brian, our jiu-jitsu coach, who likes to, I like to push his buttons. So I like to argue with him about silly things, and I really like to argue with him on Facebook because his friends don't recognize my real name.
Yeah.
So I get to troll them, and it's glorious. Every time it's something that's like fight related, I hear those fighters, and they don't even like pay attention to my name, and then they act like I don't know what I'm talking about, and it's funny. But anyway, it is difficult. It does suck because my argument with him was that, his Brian's argument is that basically half the fighters, unless there's something weird that happens, half the fighters lose. So fighting is pretty hard compared to a vast majority of the fighters make weight. So he's like, well, it's more difficult to win than it is, or to fight is what he said, than it is to make weight. And my argument was that it's more difficult to win than it is to make weight, but fighting is easy.
Yeah.
Fighting is I would fight without cutting weight. I wouldn't cut weight without fighting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go through
there's never a point
this type of stuff. I think this video is going to probably just get jammed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't.
There's never a point like I
sucks.
envy you sometimes. Recently I have not been fighting. I always envy you while you're fighting. I never envy you while you're cutting weight. There is never a point where I'm like, I want to be in that freaking bath.
Well, that's because
there is a point where it's like I would
so
like
shriveled
to be
and tiny. Looks like a baby's wiener.
There is, it's always like,
That's the Irish
I want to
in
be, I want to be
the water leaving
in
my
the
body.
ring and doing that again. There's no point. There's no part of me that wants to be in that bath cutting weight ever again.
No, I would.
Why do you think I'm going heavyweight?
I would fight every month.
Super heavyweight.
Super heavyweight. I would fight every month.
You're waiting until you have to cut the 265.
We're not even close to that yet.
Yeah. If I didn't have to cut weight, I would seriously fight
all the time.
All the time. It's just because we also had the conversation about like our young fighters that we have at the gym and stuff like that, and I'm pushing them to be active because you're going to get beat up in the gym, you're going to get injured in the gym. All those things are going to happen, particularly when you're not. It seems like when you're not training for something, they still happen because then you, at least for me, I train. I mean, and granted, I've been doing this for 11 years. I train smarter when okay, well, I'm 3-4 weeks out. I got to be smart because I need to get to the fight because I need to pay my bills.
Yeah.
So my mindset was obviously going to be different than some of our young kids, but.
Yeah.
What does that look for?
Because being smart about you. Did you ever tell them about shooting yourself with a nail gun before a fight?
That wasn't training.
That was just being
training?
stupid
That
at
was
work.
just being stupid at work.
Stupid.
Well, I got a fight tomorrow night. Well, let me pull the trigger on this nail gun and see what happens.
It was complacency.
Yeah.
Complacency.
I
got to tell the story now.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're a week out of a fight. Both Dan and I.
Week, was it?
No, it was a week. Yeah.
Oh.
Week out of a fight. Both Dan and I are fighting. We're fighting 2 days before his wedding. He's only fighting because I'm fighting. 2 days before his wedding.
Yeah.
We need to reiterate that. And we're at work and we're doing what we normally do at work and having a coffee break.
Yeah. Drink coffee.
Sausage, egg, and
Coffee.
cheeses
It
everywhere.
was sausage, egg, and cheeses. And no, that was we were a week out. I was just
bagels, but
dicking around.
Just bagel dogs.
Dicking around with the nail gun
Eating
as
out.
we're talking, and it wasn't like we were actually doing something where like
No, you were sitting on a sawhorse.
Yeah, I was
taking
just
the
like
safety and going like this on his hand,
and then,
then he pulled the trigger.
It's like, and it was just one of those like, what the fuck did I just do? And I shot myself right through the meat of the thumb, and nail was sticking out the backside, and our brother pulled it out. Or first Dan's like, "Are you all right?" And it's like, "No." Like, fuck, what the fuck did I just do? So we pulled the nail out. I was wearing a glove. Pulled the glove off, squeezed the hell out of it, let it bleed out, and soaked the hell out of it with some iodine, and cleaned it up, and it was only slightly purple the following week, as they were like doing the whole like, oh, make a fist for me, like budget, and it's like brown and yellowy, and yeah, went out, won the fight. First before that was Dan's fight, and he went out and won his fight, but got his cheekbone broken.
Yeah.
And 2 days before his wedding. So
Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen.
Come on,
fight.
it's just a
Come on.
fight. So what?
So then, luckily, your face swelled up for the
Yeah.
pictures, so he looked normal, but he had a divot because his zygomatic arch got crushed. So it popped in, but then it swelled up.
Look good.
So yeah, it looked fine.
They put on a pretty nice
Handsome as ever.
teacup handle to pull it back out.
They
As
did.
I recall, that was sharp.
Yeah.
I
It was,
think- I think that we could have the Miller family history. We could have a segment for a couple months dedicated to times Miller should have gone to the hospital, but they handled it themselves. It'd be a very long segment. Twisted people.
Twisted people. Listen, it's just that old world
Yeah.
mentality of rub some dirt on it and probably
going.
have to chop it off. But yeah, I think that about wraps it
Yeah,
up
I think
for
so.
today. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you. Well, maybe, hopefully, you'll see me tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be fighting on Fight Pass. And if you're downloading this, I totally won by guillotine late in the first round. So awesome. And yeah, we'll be back. Monday. And
Monday.
We'll start. We're gonna bang them out these first couple of weeks and be in front of you guys. And tune in and comment next time. We only had TJ Mitch commenting, and
Yeah, no.
you know, I need to tell you a quick story about how I made TJ Mitch puke a hot dog right in front of me. I 10-fingered him. 10-finger choked him. I should probably put the choke in there because 10-fingering him doesn't sound very good. Choked him and he threw up right in front of me, and it was awesome. It was awesome. I love you, TJ Mitch. And he's gonna beat up Bobby. He's
He
coming
is.
he's coming to the seminar. And
Nice.
He's gonna thump on Bobby. So
Good.
it's pretty.
Is he
exciting.
going after Bobby specifically?
He saw the singlet video,
Mhm.
or he heard about the singlet video, and he wants to beat up Bobby as a kind of a congratulations on your blue belt.
Nice.
So I'm going to give him the singlet, and he
Of
gets
course,
he
yeah.
gets to beat up Bobby. So let's do it, TJ Mitch. You can get him. I got a smaller singlet too if you want. So yeah, tune in next time. Thank you guys on behalf of everybody. Thank you again, and we'll see you later.